Hi everyone, this video I'm making for the guys who planning to start a project on 7.3 diesel replacing rusted oil pan or doing a leak oil pan gasket. So here's the original oil pan that gets rusted and start leaking oil. Here is a new one. Just a couple reminders, you're definitely gonna need a new dipstick tube, new dipstick adapter. You're gonna need recommended to do at the same time rear main seal, and you're gonna need a oil pickup gasket, the one that attaches to the oil pump. So as you guys know, it's pretty challenging to do this oil pan. Manufacturers recommends to pull out the engine. It is a couple ways. So we're working on excursion, so it's a pretty long body. And we definitely don't want to touch those 20-year-old bolts to separate the body and give us the clearance so we can lift the engine together with the transmission and get that start working on the oil pan, disconnect the oil pickup and do this whole thing. And some people do cut this cross member off, and we kind of definitely not allowed to do that on a customer's vehicle, and I would not do it. It doesn't matter what it takes, and it's just kind of, I have an easier way, at least for me. So what I do usually, if it's excursion, it's a little bit different than 250. 250 I would probably just leave the body and leave the transmission on, just leave the whole thing, and just make that room for me. But still, I prefer to just take the transmission out. As you can see here, transmission's out. It's automatic. Then I leave the engine with the long stands. You need 3 stands. Loosen the fans and the fan in the front. Then block the engine with the 2x4s. Slide the engine forward. Drop the oil pan. It will sit on the cross member. Axis inside, you'll see, you'll pull out this bolt. I'll kind of loosen this nut. Then, because you slid the engine forward a bit, 1 inch, you gain a clearance for you pick up the other 2 bolts that actually mounts to your oil pump. So you loosen those, the oil pickup will drop inside the oil pan, and then you can just slide it underneath. So you got the clearance. So you need a 2x4. I did it wedged a bit to kind of, so I can kind of jam it there easier. You can use a long pry bar to help it out. So just keep in mind, you cannot go higher than what you see here because your turbo clamp it's in the way. Well, they're actually turbo pushing on the firewall on the top, and you cannot do it. So usually I lift it up, move it forward, and that's how it works for me. So the fan just gets loose. You just place it in the radiator, very careful, don't damage the the ribs, and then you kind of reverse the project. You slide the new oil pan with the oil pickup in it. Obviously you need a new gasket right there. And then just you bolt your pickup, and after your pickup is bolted 100% torqued, then you lined up your oil pan and either apply the original gasket maker. You're gonna have to, it's gonna be a little challenging because you're gonna have around 4 inches room, so you're gonna have to make sure you don't miss nothing. You're gonna do that, or you can buy the kit, the kit that they sell. It's actually a rubber gasket, and you just install those. I never done those. I usually do with the original gasket maker. It works fine with me. And yeah, so then just bolt on, kind of reverse the process, and that's it. And you know what, your job is done, and and go on with another project. So I'm gonna show you the tranny how we pull out. So kind of standard way. You just I gotta do it on the jack, align it before the drain plug. I put the couple nuts on the studs, strap it down. Just watch when you're gonna strap it down. Watch the sensor, don't break it. So you kind of put it, on the metal. Just balances perfectly. you know, and just slide it in. Everything with transfer case. Might as well we replace the rear main seal with the new one, with the new speedy sleeve. Well, actually, might as well I'll give you a little tip on that. They recommend to use a special tool to install the race or speedy sleeve, the new seal. So what I do, I actually use an automatic. You have this big spacer, the ones that hold your flywheel, and it actually a bigger a bit. So you flip it around like this, like supposed to be, and it is actually bigger than your crank. So if you carefully install your, you know, take apart the speedy sleeve from the seal, okay, put a little bit gasket maker on the edge so when it slides in it sits tight. Then you place this on top. The bolt, the original mounting bolts, I usually put a washer so it kind of doesn't, you know, grind the surface. And then slowly, evenly, you work, you know, you tighten it and it will just sit your speedy sleeve right in place. And then you can, no rush. I put usually a little bit of lube on the seal, just a tiny bit. Then I slide my seal already prepared with the gasket maker and just torque it in and you got the installation. So you actually can get away without a special tool, without hammers, and you know, so it actually works like that. So anyways, okay guys, this is for the diesel 7.3 community and who's, you know, ready for the challenge. Okay, good luck.